Hi Leo, I hope you're all doing very, very well. Welcome to your May reading. We're going to be seeing what messages want to come through for you guys. Get some insight, guidance, see what you can expect. If this reading is helpful or insightful, please let me know by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe. Private readings are available down below. And let's get right into your messages and let's see what's going on with you. For Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements, show me clearly what do y'all need to know for the month of May 2025. Show me clearly what's going on for Leo. Messages for Leo, please. Ooh. We got the camel. What's going on for Leo? Swan. Ooh. I'm already getting some messages, y'all. Should be an interesting reading. What's going on for Leo? Thank you. Snake and the starfish. Okay. So, first thing I was hearing, we have the lamb at the bottom, which is typically a card of intuition, inner knowing, and it's kind of a quiet energy. It's very subtle. So first thing with the camel and the swan, first thing I heard was distance makes the heart grow fonder. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. Camel is a very independent energy. Camel is somebody who is focused on themselves, focused on their own journey. They're in their own bubble. They're cool being on their own. Solo dolo, right? Very much independent, self-reliant. They are as cool as a cucumber. They can handle the most extreme, most dramatic situations, right? Camels can handle the heat. Dry ass desert. And they're able to just keep on going for a long time and they don't need anything. Kind of like a cat, right? Cats, they just be chilling. They can be on their own. They don't need all the attention all the time. They don't need to be pet. They don't need to be like, oh my God, I love you. Like cats, most cats are pretty chill versus like a dog. Like, you know, dogs, they super, super, super affectionate. I'm not saying cats aren't affectionate. I know a lot of cute cats that are very affectionate, but you know, cat versus dog. Dogs typically do want to be, they're very clean. That's why they say it's man's best friend, right? Anyways, camel is very self-reliant. I don't really need anybody. I'm cool. I'm chill. I'm on my own. Then we have the swan, and swan is more typically about like partnership energy. It does bring in romance. It does talk about connection, soulmate energy, somebody who is your mirror. And the way that the camel has his back turned to the swan is making me sense that there's someone here that you may not be on speaking terms with. You may be at a distance. You may be in the same room, but you're just not on the same page. But there is some sort of disconnect here. And if this is your reading, if this is your energy, this is Leo's reading. Hello. Hello. The camel is your first card showing like you're just chilling. Like you're just vibing. You're like, I don't really care. I'm just in my world. I don't really think about this. Someone think about you heavily. Swan, someone thinking about you heavily, reminiscing heavily. Or maybe you're needing some time alone to kind of figure yourself out, figure out what you really are looking for and, you know, feeling your way through. Maybe you've had to take a bit of a step back from a relationship to find yourself or, you know, just kind of test the waters and see what else is out there. Especially if like some of y'all have been in like a relationship for a long time, like a very long time. And maybe you've gotten very comfortable with one another, but there's something telling you like you just need a little space or you kind of need to figure out yourself or you need some time to just discover yourself. Like, who really are you, Leo? Outside of this relationship. Maybe you've kind of lost yourself in this person that you're with. Okay? Anyways, so it's interesting how the snake and the starfish then come out and they come out in front of the camel and the camel's looking over here. There's some insecurities and some shadows being brought up that the camel person, which I'm going to say that's probably you because that was your first card that came out. There are some things you're looking at. And, you know, I will say during the month of May, you may find yourself being more critical on your flaws, your imperfections, things like that. I'm seeing a little bit of a cycle here, a little bit of a pattern that's kind of repeating itself. Just a little bit, but you're becoming aware of it or you're finding ways to not feed into it or you know, you're just observing, and that's helping you. You know, and even for those that are with your partner, with somebody, there's no distance. It's like there could be a relationship here. It could be romantic, it could be platonic, whatever, but there could be a relationship that's actually mirroring these qualities that maybe you're not super fond of. And you're like, wait a minute, I don't really like how that feels. Or, oh, wait, this makes me look at myself a bit differently. There's a lot of self-reflection going on in the month of May. A lot of self-reflection going on here. But you're turning it around and doing something positive about it. You're not letting it defeat you. You're not letting it control you. You're not letting it, you know, you're not quitting or giving up. What was at the bottom? It was the lamb. It's just calling to go inwards and to listen to something your intuition's been trying to guide you towards. We have the otter. It's interesting, it's in the reverse. I normally don't even read the animal cards in reverse, but the otter is all about happiness and your joy and what brings you pleasure. And for a lot of you, there's something you've been doing, someone you've been with, or an energy that's been around you, and it hasn't been making you happy. And you've been trying to convince yourself, like, no, this is fine. No, this is good. This is great. Are you sure about that, though? Are you sure about that? If you are, cool, then this ain't for you. But there's something you're needing to reflect on. And if you're in a relationship and it's not the most healthy of dynamic, that's something you're definitely going to be looking at. So, all right, well, let's see what the tarot has to say. For Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements in the month of May 2025. Show me clearly. What do my Leos need to know? Messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. What's going on for Leo? Thank you. The Devil. I'm gonna pull, like, what, 5 cards? I did this in Scorpio. I pulled like 5 cards, looked at the bottom, talked about it, pulled some more, talked about it, and then pulled one last set and then talked about it. So I feel like that's what I'm gonna do for these May readings. Some of y'all dealing with a Capricorn or have Capricorn placements. But that makes sense why we have the Devil as your first card out. Okay, let me shut up and get into your energy. Show me clearly what's going on for Leo. We have the Sun. We have the Chariot. Whoa, triple major arcana. Okay, what else going on for Leo? Judgment. Whoa, quad. Quad major arcana. One more for Leo. And the King of Swords in reverse fell out on the Sun. So we'll keep that there. The bottom we have the Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, 2 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and even the 6 of Cups, okay? But we're gonna just go with those. So starting off with the Devil. As we see, this card came out in Scorpio's reading too. I think it was like their second card. There is this pull, there is this urge, there is this calling back towards a familiar place, person, habit, and you've been there before. It wasn't the best. It was pretty unhealthy, or it was damaging, or it was toxic, right? It was toxic. And as we can see, there's this dude, he's playing his little flute, he's trying to call in or distract. It's like you're being pulled in this path that you don't really want to go down necessarily. You don't really. The Sun and the King of Swords reverse. So first of all, the Sun and the Devil. First of all, you're like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm good. I'm not interested. I'm quite happy where I'm at. But there is like that little part of you. That little part of you that wants to be reckless. That little part of you that doesn't want to follow the rules. I'm getting a rebellion kind of energy with this King of Swords reverse. Because typically King of Swords, he follows the rules. He's strict. He will follow the law. He will enforce the law. Sometimes we see the King of Swords, or even like Emperor, like someone who's in a position of power or authority, right? I get a sense of this being in the reverse, that there is a bit of this rebellion kind of energy of bending the rules, bending the law. You know, logic is saying one thing, but you're like, I don't give a fuck. Or a bit of an impulsive energy. What are you overlooking? What are you making excuses for? Or you're accepting, you know, you're giving the green light, even though really it should be red. But you're like, oh no, it's fine. Free pass, free pass. Leo, what's up with that? Then we have the Chariot. Chariot's a card of forward momentum. It's a card of confidence. It's a card of overcoming obstacles. It is also a card of moving and travel. Some of you are traveling, or some of you are getting a new car in the near future. But universe is saying with Judgment, use your discernment. You better watch out. You better not cry. I'm telling you why. Because the universe is looking out. The universe is like, you sure you want to go down that road? You sure you want to rock the boat? Ooh, rocking the boat a little bit, huh? Tempting. You're being called. They're giving you the alarm sound, the warning. Proceed with caution. At the bottom, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is a card of slowing down, being intentional with the steps that you take, the actions that you're taking, decisions you're making, things like that, right? Knight of Pentacles is always a card of slow and steady wins the race. We have the Queen of Wands that came out next. So as we can see, the Queen of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Obviously, the Queen of Wands is fire. We have this cute little leopard, right? Or, oh my God, my eye's twitching. All right. Yeah. What the fuck is it called? Cheetah. Yeah, leopard, cheetah. I know they're completely different animals. Cheetah. Anyway, so this is, we can see there's an interaction going on between two people. Knight of Pentacles is slowly approaching this Queen of Wands. This could also be showing someone is approaching you, and part of you, well, we do have that Six of Cups. This could be someone from your past. This could be someone that you have some history with, right? Maybe you're being kind of pulled back into this old relationship or cycle between you and someone that things didn't work out, or things, you weren't compatible in the past, or, you know, you had your differences. Queen of Wands is someone who's very caring, someone who's very gentle, very compassionate, very outgoing, optimistic. You know, she sees the best in everybody. We have the Two of Cups. There's this connection here. This is a connection between you and someone else. So those who want to know the zodiacs, I'm seeing we have Capricorn, we have Leo, we have Cancer, we have Aquarius, we have all the elements really out here, but the specific zodiacs, that's what I'm seeing here so far. So yeah, so there's this connection here that we got. There's a strong attraction between you guys, a strong physical attraction, an emotional attraction and connection. There's definitely a connection here. Two of Cups, Nine of Cups, definitely seems like you guys tick each other's boxes. Definitely wish fulfillment energy. Look, the full moon, by the way, full moon will be in Scorpio about 2 weeks from now, a little bit less. We'll have our full moon in Scorpio. There's some sort of progression in this situation that is unfolding over these next couple of weeks. So keep your eyes peeled on that. But Two of Cups and Nine of Cups, you both want the same thing. You both want the same thing. And for some of you, there definitely could be some history. If there isn't, and this is someone brand new, it sure feels like you know each other. It feels like you've known each other in a different life. Definitely soulmate energy. Your souls know each other from a different place, a different timeline. You know, this could even be someone that you knew for a certain period of your life. You went your separate ways. Maybe many, many, many years later, you cross paths again. You have Leo energy again underneath that with strength. So something that had tested the strength of the bond of this relationship, right? All right, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see how this unfolds. See. I'm getting also, as I'm looking at the animal cards from earlier, someone here is an avoidant. The camel, I would say, is more avoidant energy. I feel like whoever resonates with the camel, they like to be alone because when you're alone, it's easier. When you're in a relationship, you always have to consider the other person. Now it's not just you. Now it's you and your partner. And camel likes to do things on their own time, on their own way, in their own, you know. So as soon as the camel feels like they have to compromise, they're gone. And so that's a cycle that this camel keeps finding themselves in. Pushing people away when they get too close. Or when things become very raw, intimate, emotional. Someone feels too vulnerable. They shut down or close up. Or become detached, careless, and cold, aloof, you know? That's kind of that King of Swords we seen earlier. King of Swords reverse, my bad. And sometimes King of Swords reverse, he's not the most honest, or he'll bend the truth a little bit. Instead of him just being truthful, he'll tell you what you want to hear, but that's not actually what he means. You know, sometimes King of Swords reverse can represent someone who is a liar. Lying. Who is a liar? You know what I mean? Okay. So let's see how this unfolds. Let's keep going. Leo. What's going on for Leo? Month of May. 3 of Swords. Okay, let's keep going. Someone's heartbroken. Someone's in the field. 6 of Swords. Not for long. What's going on for Leo in the month of May? I see someone moves on very fast. Very fucking fast. 5 of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. The Hierophant. Okay, we got Taurus out here. What's at the bottom? We have the Fool, New Beginnings, 2 of Cups. I'm seeing a new beginning in this connection. Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands. Okay, and then the Ace of Cups. I'm seeing a new beginning in this connection. Connection, yeah. When I said connection at first, it sounded weird for a second. I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, oh yeah, no, that's a word. That's a word. Okay, so 3 of Swords. Look at this. Someone is in their feels. Someone is in their fields. Let me take a sip of my drink. My throat is so dry. Sorry if that's loud. Reminiscing on the past. Getting flashbacks. You know, you hear a song. It's like, oh, straight to the heart. See a picture. Oh, flashbacks. PTSD. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's a uncomfortable, painful, emotional energy that you could be in, or you may find yourself looking back with regret or wishing you had done things differently. But you're not in that energy for long. Maybe the 6 of Swords just shows that you're moving on from that, or it was just a low moment. It was just a little blip in your day, or maybe it was just one day, or it was an evening, or maybe it was something that happened early in the morning, like, you know, but it's a very quick blip. Like the 6 of Swords right after the 3 of Swords tells me you move on very quickly. You brush it off. You're like, okay, I don't know what that was all about, but anyways. But then, it's funny because you're like, okay, moving on. Anyways, no biggie. And then we go to the 5 of Cups. So there's still a bit of a heaviness in your heart. Yeah? Well, let me move this. There's still a little bit of a heaviness in your heart. Like a sigh. Like, you know, I feel that right now as I'm just picking up on the energy for the collective group that I'm picking up on. This is teaching you to really, honestly, sit with yourself, sit with your feelings, sit with your emotions. They're teaching you something very, very important and valuable. It's powerful. It's unlocking something within you that you were once closed off to, or you were once dismissive of, or you just weren't allowing yourself to go that deep into the trenches, is what I heard. Okay, well, you're sitting with it, you're embracing it. Hierophant, the Queen of Pentacles, is really showing how this is teaching you a lot. It's helping you grow. You're getting stronger. You are mastering something here that you struggled with. I'm seeing a possibility of a commitment here. Some of you have a fear of commitment, whether you have a fear of commitment or you attract people that are fearful of committing to you. And perhaps this is a time to really reflect where that wound stems from and what part of you still needs healing or even forgiveness, or, you know, something that you have to let go of. Anyway, so then at the bottom, I like where this is going at the bottom. So then we have the Fool, which is all about new beginnings. You're allowing yourself to take a risk, taking a chance, putting yourself out there, jumping off the cliff. And in what way? What's this new beginning about? We have the 2 of Cups, about a connection, about a relationship, about a beautiful, divine partnership. Someone who inspires you, who connects with you, who has the key to your heart. And we all know when you give yourself to someone, you give your heart to someone, it's gonna be forever. It's gonna go down in flames, like the Taylor Swift song. Like seriously, you either are gonna be together and still, unless you both cross paths, or shit, wrong thing. Unless you both pass away together, someone is gonna be left heartbroken. That's the cost when it comes to love. When you come to love someone and be with someone, what happens on Earth stays on Earth. We ain't gonna be here forever. We're on a floating rock. So that's the price you have to pay when it comes to opening up your heart and letting someone in. And so I see you letting someone in. Oh yeah, you letting someone in. This is so beautiful, Leo. I'm so excited to see what the next set of cards are. So we have the Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. Look at this beautiful connection. And you know what? Might I add, you might actually have multiple love interests. Which cup are you gonna choose? Ace of Cups underneath that, Two of Wands underneath that. What cup you gonna choose? Who are you gonna give your love to? And if you comment, I don't want love, this ain't your reading. This ain't your reading. All right. Maybe instead of it being a person representing this, it could be something that you have love for, right? Maybe it's two passions. Maybe it's two job opportunities that you love both and you don't like, what one do I choose, right? It's something that you'll have love for. If it's not a person, you're like, I'm not looking for love. Okay. It's still something that you'll have love for. It'll still invite more love into your life. It doesn't have to be romance, okay? But anyways, you don't have to force it. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. That's okay. All right, well, let's see what happens next, okay? Oh my God, what are you doing here? Five of Cups from earlier and the Hierophant from earlier. Okay, what's up? Also, in case you're wondering, you're like, Jade, I haven't seen you with glasses before. I scratched my eye the other day, putting my contacts in. That hurt like a motherfucker. Oh my God, I had like this scratch on the inner part of my eye. It was red as fuck. And still kind of hurts, so I have to wear my glasses today, which y'all have probably never seen me wear. I think it's actually like you and Scorpio. You guys are the first readings I've ever worn my glasses on. I got them last year. It's just funny as fuck. All my life I've worn contacts. Besides when I was like a little kid and I hated my glasses, so I never wore them. I just would squint. So, anyways. This may be like a one-time thing. If you're like, oh my God, is it gonna be regular? Probably not. Probably not. But sometimes we switch up the vibes, you know? Switch up the vibes. It's fun. Why not? Anyways, enough yip-yapping, chit-chatting. I maybe need to focus a little bit more on you and less on me. Alright, so just the two cards that fell out here. Do other Ten of Swords with Temperance in the reverse. There was some nasty ending that really just threw you off course. Honestly, it really just shook you off your feet. You felt like you were never gonna recover, you were never gonna heal, you were never gonna move on, you know. And because of how difficult that was, putting yourself in a position that it possibly, fingers crossed it won't, but like that's a possibility it could happen again, scares the bejesus out of you. It's scary, it's intimidating, and that's where part of you goes back to the camel, where like, well, maybe I'm better off alone. Maybe I don't need this person in my life. Like, you ever realize, like, in the early stages of like a relationship, or you're getting to know someone, you start catching the feels, and then you're like, oh fuck, I thought I was never gonna fall in love again. Oh my God. And like, you get so scared, you like push them away, or like distance yourself, or you know, you get a little spooked. It makes sense, right? It makes sense, especially if you've gone through some really painful betrayal or ending or a heavy loss, and it's very hard for you to move on from. It still impacts you to this day. Temperance reverse. Please be patient with yourself. Healing takes time, and there's also only so much healing you can do on your own. And Four of Wands at the bottom. Let's keep going. King of Swords. What's going on for Leo? Four of Pentacles. Yeah, see, there's that energy of you resorting to holding yourself back, protecting yourself. Oh, I don't need nobody. I'm fine on my own. I'm not looking for love. I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm collected. Mr. Independent. I don't need nobody, right? Holding yourself back, showing all the restraint, trying to convince yourself that everything's fine. You're good. Nothing needs to change. Death, that's gonna change. Too bad, so sad. More like too bad, so happy. It's not sad, it's good, it's blessed. That's changing. That part of you, if you allow it, it's gonna change. That part of you is ending. That part of you is dying off. Scorpio energy. This full moon is Scorpio that's coming up around the corner. It is helping you put an end to this aspect of yourself that has really truly been holding you back from experiencing the most beautiful blessings in your life. This full moon in Scorpio is helping you transition into this new era, this new phase, this new journey, helping you let shit go that you have been just clinging on to, intentional or not. Right? Out of fear, out of protection, trying to protect your heart. Oh my God. Okay. All right, let's see here. This fella behind the Ten of Swords, it's the King of Wands. I see you're trying to be in the upper hand here, trying to be the one in control, trying to be the one who calls the shots, who makes the decisions, wears the pants in the relationship. Yeah, you're definitely in your masculine here. That needs to be kind of like balanced out though. Two of Pentacles at the bottom. Three of Wands, the Page of Wands. Really starting to think a lot about the next couple of months and what you want for your future. And whether or not you want to continue to keep living your life like this, or if it's time to start living your life more freely and express your heart and express your love and your emotions more freely. Yeah, whoever I'm speaking to, it seems like you have a very difficult time letting something go from your past. It's very hard to make space. The Magician and the Fool. But, you know, my goodness, these glasses keep falling off my face a little bit. They need to tighten up. I clearly don't wear them enough. The Magician. You get to decide from this day moving forwards. You get to choose your destiny. You get to choose your path. You get to choose how you live your life. You get to decide whether or not you let your past hold you hostage. It's literally your call. The first card that came out in the tarot was the Devil. Remember when we seen the Lamb and then the Otter in reverse, and it's like there's something internally telling you like, okay, I'm not the most fulfilled here. I'm kind of missing something. I kind of wish for something, but you're dismissing yourself. You're like, no, shut up. No, I don't. I'm fine. It's good enough. You don't have to live like that anymore. You don't have to live like that anymore. Magician, the Fool, Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. You can start slow. There's no need for you to rush. You can start slow, and I do see that you are slowly progressing into this new way of being, new way of connecting with other people, where we see this Three of Pentacles, right? So you're slowly starting to let your walls down. That's amazing. That takes a lot of courage. That takes a lot of bravery. That takes a lot of strength. I want to recognize that for you, Leo. Like, I hope you recognize that yourself. And here's your little affirmation. You're doing amazing. And it takes balls. It takes courage what you're doing. So I'm really applauding you. I'm so proud of you for how far you've come. And you definitely need to recognize how far you've come on your journey, because you're doing truly, truly amazing. All right. So look at how your world is opening up. Little by little. It's a gradual process. I see you're open to building a friendship, definitely see some friendship, definitely see some bonds that you're building with time, starting to get closer to others, starting to get more comfortable, building some trust here. I see things are really turning in your favor with the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Four of Cups. It's like, okay, Four of Cups, Page of Wands. There's still a little bit, I think you could apply the pressure a little bit more. Just, you know, you do you. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you're like, Jade, this isn't enough, or like, I feel like this isn't really fulfilling, you probably need to just push yourself just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Listen to what calls you. Page of Wands, Knight of Swords. Notice how in the Page of Wands, she's playing the flute, she's playing her music, and this Knight of Swords is just like, whoa, where's that sound coming from? Holy crap, this is cool. I'm intrigued. I want to know more. I'm so curious about this, you know? Listen to that gut instinct. Listen to that calling, something that is sparking your interest, something that is speaking to your soul, speaking to your spirit. Follow that because it's leading you to your wish fulfillment. The star. Listen to that call. Listen to that instinct. Listen to that urge. Listen to that voice. Listen to your inner voice. This is something that you are developing and getting better at in May. And that will be the big breakthrough that takes you, I can't even pick up these cards, oh my god, it takes you to your wish fulfillment. I'm repeating myself. Your wish fulfillment is here, but you have to be willing and you have to be brave to push yourself and take a chance. And it doesn't mean just drop all your boundaries or lower your standards. It doesn't mean that shit. Queen of Swords, she's here. She's got her way. She's not gonna be played. She sees things crystal clear. She's honest. She's direct. She got a good bullshitter detector. So you can't be tricked or fooled. But I think it's time for you to open yourself up. That's just my opinion based off what I'm seeing in the cards. Yeah. So I say big change is happening, big change around the corner. If you're open to receive, if you're willing to take the step, you won't regret it. You won't regret it. It'll be amazing. So that is what I got for you. I have nothing else I want to talk about. I have nothing I want to clarify. So that is what we got for you, Leo. I hope that this helps you. I hope that this resonates. If it does, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Private readings are available down below, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you in your next reading. Bye, Leo.